Baroness Bennett of Manor Castle.
It's a great pleasure to follow the noble Baroness Lady Cumberledge and her enormously powerful contribution. I can only wholeheartedly endorse her safety concerns and share her worry that patient safety is still not being prioritised after so many years of disaster stories. One cannot but note the gender aspects of the failure of medicine over so many decades, not listening to patients, and particularly female patients. Clearly, we do need to make this bill better with a focus on safety. Her report spoke to me very personally. Decades ago, my late mother suffered from endometriosis. She wasn't listened to or taken seriously, and I've been distressed and angered by hearing just this week of reports of how difficult endometriosis patients are still finding it to get taken seriously and get the treatment they need. Baroness Cumberledge has done a brilliant piece of work in highlighting these issues, focused on particularly abusive cases, vaginal mesh being a story that I've been following with a sinking heart for some years. Such a familiar account of vulnerable, suffering individuals being trampled over, ignored, derided even by commercial interests. First do no harm is indeed something every company, going very broadly, not just in healthcare, should be forced to consider as a key part of its approach. However, at this point, I will speak chiefly to Amendment 59 in my name. I feel the need to apologise for not coming in to support many earlier excellent amendments, or indeed others of this group, as our small green group seeks to juggle crucial issues tangled in the government's legislative pile-up. I just haven't been able to get there. And I want to thank the small number of peers who are carrying a huge weight in this committee. I single out noble Baroness Lady Thornton's Amendment 4 as being particularly important, but many contain constitutional and legal principles that make it a particular regret that so many potential contributors last week and today are in the main chamber. But as I plan to speak at some length to the group starting with Amendment 18, I will be brief here. Amendment 59 seeks to ensure that the welfare of animals is considered when making regulations about veterinary medicines. I can see that some might think that health and welfare go together, but that is not always the case, particularly in the world of factory farming, and particularly in considering the context we're now operating in your Lordship's house, seeking to defend existing standards, veterinary standards, farm standards in the agriculture and trade bills against truly dreadful health and welfare standards elsewhere. For there has been a tendency to use drug treatments as an alternative to decent husbandry. Animals might be protected from disease arising in miserable, crowded, inadequate conditions, but their welfare is not being protected. Any intervention should be improving their welfare, not blocking disease caused by misery. Animals, of course, might also be given drugs, and I'm thinking here particularly of the use in the United States of antibiotics as growth promotants and the use there of growth hormones, leading to animals becoming overly large, sometimes even too large to move themselves around, potentially a great source of misery. We might find drugs being sought or used as sedatives to keep animals in conditions in which they would otherwise be uncontrollable or dangerous. But the answer is not to drug them, but to ensure proper conditions. Health and welfare have to go together. I believe this needs to be included in this bill, and I hope the government will consider including this amendment. Thank you, my lords.